welcome to Bookish Besties. This is the YouTube channel where two best friends on opposite ends of the coast, of the United States coast, talks about everything and all things books. My name is Gunny. I am one of the Bookish Besties, and I want to talk about one of my favorite books growing up as a kid. I found it on Kindle for free. Yay me! And I grew up. This was like one of the first books that I really read, and I mean, I read it so much that I literally destroyed my hard copy, and I've been looking for years to replace it. I loved this story growing up. I still do, and I found it on Kindle for free, so obviously I had to download it, and I was reading it, and I forgot how emotional it was. But if you guys haven't, I highly recommend you check out Beautiful Joe. Oh, you can't see it on here, can you? Maybe you can't. Beautiful Joe, an autobiography of a dog by Marshall Sanders. This is such a beautiful story about a dog. And again, I haven't read it in so many years because my hard copy is damaged, so I put it in storage. But I just love this book growing up. It's the story of a dog and how he starts his life and how he ends his life and everything in between. And you really find yourself just moved by the story of the dog by Joe. He's not a beautiful dog at all, but they didn't want to hurt his feelings, so they called him Beautiful Joe. His name is Joe, but they didn't want to call him Ugly Joe, despite the fact he had no ears and no tail. Sorry, spoiler. But they didn't want to call him Ugly Joe because they didn't want to hurt his feelings. And it is a beautiful book. I love it. I highly recommend it. It's technically I guess a mid-grade. I don't really know. There are so many different genres out there. I don't know what's what anymore. But I read it when I was like 9, 10, 11, and I think the last time I read it, I was like 18 years old. And that's kind of when I realized that my hard copy was completely destroyed. But it is free on Kindle. It is by Marshall Sanders again. It's Beautiful Joe, autobiography of a dog. It's a great story. It's a beautiful story. It literally, I don't generally cry when I read books, but I was welling up reading this. I forgot that it was that book that made me cry. So I know this is a really, really short video, but I really, really want, if you can, find it on Kindle, go to Barnes & Noble, order the hard copy, get it for your kids. It's a great read. It's got a great moral to it. And it quickly becomes a favorite. I'm reading it now because you want to read books that you read as a child and see, hey, do I still feel the same about them? And so far, I'm like 30 pages in. It's a very short book. It's like not even 200 pages. And I'm like 30 pages in because I read my Kindle on the train. When I'm at home, I tend to read my hardbacks or my physical copies. When I'm on the train, I tend to either listen to my audiobook or use my Kindle. But it is a great book. Kids will love it. So I recommend it. It's just a great, heartwarming story, but I read it as a kid, and I'm loving it now as an adult. I think I'm enjoying it more now as an adult than I did when I was a kid. But again, great story, great book, very, very well written. And it's written from the dog's perspective. It's not like the owner talking about his dog. It's Beautiful Joe, the dog, actually talking about his life. So I recommend it. Please, please pick it up. Even it's free on Kindle, so you can download it on Kindle, and if you decide you don't like it, you can always delete it. No money wasted. That's what I think I'm starting to really enjoy about Kindles, is I can take my library with me on the train. Practically my entire library. So I am loving Kindles. I'm still not going to give up my physical copies because I'd read those at home. This is for the train and work or anytime we're traveling. So anyways, pick up Beautiful Joe, an autobiography of a dog by Marshall Sanders, and we'll talk to you guys later. Until then, keep reading.